The first school I looked at when looking at my value-added data is Piketon High School. Specifically, I looked at the 5th through 8th grade category on the value-added data, and this was my rural school and my personal connection because it's where I graduated from. When looking at the value-added data, I noticed that in the English language department, the 5th, 6th, and 8th grade scores are green, and the 7th grade is blue. Science is in the green for all grades. And then 5th and 6th grade math is in the yellow, and 7th grade and 8th grade math is in the green. When looking at the school website, I'm very familiar with this website as I've went to it thousands of times in my time at Piketon. But I tried to find some things that I did not know before. One of the main thing is that I noticed the heavy academic emphasis on Piketon's website, such as new dual credit opportunities and elective courses. These are things that help students grow academically and get them a head start in attending college. Additionally, I noticed that they have posted improvements that they are making or have made to the buildings. And lastly, I saw that the website highlighted scholarship money of the previous graduating class, which was $2,464,000. I found that all of these things were right at the front of the website and really focused on all of the academic opportunities Piketon had to offer. The next thing I found is the principal's message. I had personally never read this before, and I felt that it showed the climate of the school very well. It highlights that students at this school perform very well academically and have a heavy sense of school pride. Specific things that were mentioned in the principal's message were the Red Streak's Top 20 ACT Club and the Red Streak Top 25 ACT Club, which were also shown on the highlights page in the school spotlight. These are clubs that students get in for scoring either a 20 or higher on the ACT or a 25 or higher on the ACT. The last thing on the principal's message is a quote that is, "It's a great day to be a Piketon Red Streak." And this is a quote that really fosters a sense of school pride because it is said at the end of the announcements every single day. The last thing I wanted to highlight about this school is that the homepage highlights the new sports facilities in their auditorium, which shows that they provide a large emphasis on students' extracurricular activities and that they show an equal representation of the arts programs and the athletic programs. The principal's message also noted the success of the Rock and Red Streak Band and the musical program, as well as the success of the athletic programs. The second school I looked at was my suburban school, which I chose Bexley Middle School. This is a school that I'd heard of in passing before, but I never really looked into. And I learned that it is very different from the schools around here. It is located within Columbus, but on the outskirts of Columbus, in the suburban Bexley. Their value-added data really reflects that they provide a very, very, very heavy emphasis on academics. They were in the blue for 6th and 8th grade English language arts, 8th grade maths, algebra 1, and geometry. Then they were in the green for 7th grade math and 7th grade science. The only areas they were in the yellow were in 7th grade English language arts and 6th grade math. And this shows that for the vast majority of their subjects, they are growing well beyond what is expected of them, and their highlights also show just how much they put an emphasis on athletics. The first thing I wanted to highlight about this school is that they state on their website that they are dedicated to providing students with the best academic experience they can give. Another highlight that I saw that also kind of reflected on the first was the educational philosophy of the school. This was a large section of the website where it broke down every section of the educational philosophy, what is expected of parents, and what is expected of students to help their child reach their educational goals. This in This included things such as developmentally appropriate responses, challenging students, empowering students, and having an equitable curriculum. This mirrors a lot of what we've talked about in classes at SSU, such as the exceptional learning needs class about keeping everything developmentally appropriate, and in the understanding cultural diversity class where we talk about making things equitable for all students. They also highlighted in their educational philosophy that they focus on active, purposeful learning in which students can explore and be assessed in a multitude of ways, which is what we are currently learning in this class. Another thing I noticed is that they have another highlight of their page is their College Credit Plus program, which begins in 7th grade. This is different from a lot of the schools in the area, which typically start College Credit Plus your junior or senior year of high school. Bexley actually starts providing College Credit Plus classes to students in 7th grade and up. And this is located alongside their many extracurricular opportunities. And the way their website presents it is almost as if their College Credit Plus is considered an extracurricular activity, which I found to be very interesting. Some of their other extracurricular opportunities they highlighted was their athletics, obviously. Then they also have a Pride Pass that is available for students to purchase to get into all athletic events, and the Pride Pass specifies that it also allows them to get into all musical theater productions at the school, which I found interesting because most of the time athletics and arts are very, very separated on school websites, but on Bexley's website they were all put together. And one of their clubs that really stood out to me that I had never thought of before, even in Ohio, is the Ski Club. Apparently, they have a program that they work with a local skiing facility for students in middle school who want to learn how to ski. And this does cost some money, but I found it really interesting that they have a school club based around learning how to ski. My third school that I chose was my urban school, and I chose Chillicothe Middle School. Chillicothe Middle School, I've heard of it, but I've never looked into it, and I'm not very familiar with it. It's located about an hour north of Portsmouth in the city of Chillicothe. I looked at their value-added data first, and I noticed that all of their topics were in the green, except for 8th grade math and algebra 1, which are in the yellow. I think that is a very good thing for a school to have, is that they can say that in the vast majority of their tests, they are meeting expectations, and that is definitely going to be beneficial for their students. The first thing I noticed as a highlight of the school's website is that their main goal is connecting with families and the community to help educate students in the best way possible. I found that this was shown in a wide variety of ways, one of which was the principal's message, which is my second highlight. The principal's message highlights the importance of connecting with the community while also maintaining athletic rigor. They mention that they do specific programs within the community to encourage involvement, but they also want to keep their academic standards high to help foster student growth academically. Another thing that is mentioned in the principal's message is that the goal is to provide a positive school environment for their student with their CAVS initiative, which is CAVS, which is their mascot. And this stands for compassion, accountability, voice, and spirit. These are mainly geared towards creating a positive school environment, but this is in part with their PBIS system, which is Positive Behavioral Intervention Systems. And these help students want to be at school and want to do well in school, so that then they are meeting their academic needs as well as their behavioral goals and help make school a place that everyone wants to come to. The next highlight of their website is a book study that is aimed to help families strive and improve. This book study specifically, it's free for any parent who wants to attend, and the school purchases all the books. It's specifically for parents to learn the effect of social media on their teenagers and the impact that social media has on their students' upbringing and ways that they can best implement social media and best restrict social media with their students. I felt that this was really interesting because I'd never heard of a school having an after-school program specifically for parents to learn how to best help their students grow and develop. The final highlight of Chillicothe Middle School's website was the Cavs Care program, which was an icon as soon as you clicked on the website. This is basically a page with resources for students who are facing financial challenges. It has different programs for all different categories of needs, such as financial needs. They had a resource called the McKinney-Vento program for students who were facing homelessness. They had a resource called the Cavalier Closet, where you could go and receive any basic necessities such as clothes and hygiene products that you might need, and it was right inside the school. They have what they call Project Glam for any students who need supplies for the school dance, such as dresses, suits, help with hair and makeup, shoes, anything like that. And then they also provided links to other community resources that are not conducted by the school, but are done that have partnerships with the school, such as the Domestic Violence Hotline, the Early Childhood Head Start program, Ross County Community Action, and a lot more. They had probably 20 to 30 other resources listed, all right there on the website for parents to click if they need it. I think that this was one of the most helpful things I've seen a school do, because we do live in an area where there are high poverty rates, and having these links to resources so accessible makes it a lot easier for parents to find them, because instead of having to research each thing individually, they can just click on one link and know where everything is. And that was all of my highlights for my 3 schools.